Good morning to you all. Let me first of all welcome you all to this press briefing and to thank all of you for answering a call for upholding the rule of law and democracies in Ondo State of Nigeria. Today we want to address the briefing to shed more light on the situation and to discuss the vital role and intervention of African civil societies as a call for upholding the rule of law and democracies in Nigeria, and of course Africa by extension. It is no longer news that His Excellency Arakunrin Governor Rotimi Akeredolu has been sick for a while. The governor, who in his second time in office was a symbol of true democracy in Nigeria. The governor has transmitted a letter to the State House of Assembly of Ondo State, empowering his deputy as an acting governor for the periods of 90 days. For 90 days, the governor Akeredolu was away. There was political instability in Ondo State. Neither is there any wrongdoing reported against the acting governor. His Excellency Governor Akeredolu returned to the country and retake power from his deputy governor through a constitutional means. Yet, it is the prayer of all Nigerians to have the governor back in his good health. The health situation is something that can happen to everybody, so we are not using this against him. While the governor is still recuperating, the State House Assembly embarked on impeaching the deputy governor instead of mobilizing the state in an effective prayer of healing the sick governor. Ondo State, like many other states, faces challenges related to procedural democracy. In recent times, there has been controversies and issues that have raised concerns among citizens regarding the impeachment saga by the Ondo State House of Assembly and its potential misuse as a political tool. These have prompted AFISOC, alongside other civil society organizations after due consultation, to step forward and address the situation. The African civil society firmly believes in the importance of promoting democracy as a fundamental pillar of governance. We recognize that a fair, transparent, and participatory political system is crucial for the well-being and development of any society like Nigeria. We also emphasize the significance of upholding human rights in the democratic process. Every citizen deserves equal rights, including the deputy governor of Ondo State. Protection and representation regardless of their gender, ethnicity, or social status. AFISOC and other African civil society organizations are committed to safeguarding this right. Hence, the reason for us taking this proactive step to address the procedural democracy in Ondo State by standing firm on our commitment to promoting democracy, elections, and governance as outlined in the Africa Charter on Democracies, Elections, and Governance of the African Union. We express our deep concern over the step taken by the lawmakers to impeach the deputy governor of Ondo State, Mr. Lucky Ayedatiwa, based on allegations made, of course, known to them. While we do not condone any form of misconduct or impeachment per se by the Ondo State House of Assembly, but we firmly believe that impeachment proceedings must be conducted in accordance with the law and clear constitutional provisions that govern the country, in this case Nigeria. Inasmuch as we agree that Ondo State House of Assembly is meant to make laws for the state, they should also be mindful of the fact that there is an ongoing court injunction and the 9-man reconciliation committee under the leadership of His Excellency, Right Honorable Haminu Asari, a former governor of Katsina State, set up by the All Progressive Congress APC at the national level to look into this. On September 26, 2003, the Federal High Court, sitting in Abuja, also made orders of injunction restraining the House of Assembly of Ondo State, the Chief Judge of Ondo State, the Ondo governors, and indeed other defendants in the case from taking steps that would lead to the impeachment of the deputy governor. The court made order to last the hearing of the motion on notice for interrogatory injunctions, which is still pending before the courts. In consequence, parties who have to await the determinations of the court as the order may remain false. All these will be taken into consideration and serve as a caution to guide the decisions of the Assembly. We strongly oppose the use of legislative chambers as platform for political whip hunts or target fedentas or war. We urge all stakeholders involved to ensure that justice is pursued and constitutional principles are adhered to, rather than allow personal conflicts and ambitions to overshadow the pursuit of the common goal. It is disheartening to witness the ongoing rift within the corridors of power in Ondo State, particularly between the state governor, Rotimi Akeredolu, Vows State House of Assembly, and the deputy governor of Ondo State. Such discords should not be divert attention from the vital issues of good governance and the well-being of the state citizen, particularly in the new agenda of the Mr. President at the national level. The neglect of governance resulting from this political crisis has had a devastating impact on the life and livelihoods of the people of Ondo State. We condemn this negligence and needless and affordable, and we call for all an immediate refocus on matters that direct affect our state fortunes and the welfare of its people. Let it remain clear that the African Civil Society Forum and the people of Ondo State will not give their approval to action driven by sinister moves aimed at settling personal political score and undermining the state and its people, particularly at this time that we are all yearning for Africa development. We should be taking several steps forward and, of course, many steps backward. We caution against returning the Ondo State House of Assembly as a mere enforcement aim of executive whim. Any such actions will face steadfast resistance from the people. The African Civil Society emphasized the need for increased accountability in government and a return to prioritizing issues with a direct impact on the state prosperities and the welfare of its people. We call upon all stakeholders at all levels, both within and the outside of Ondo State, to join us in safeguarding the principles that underpinning our democracy, ensuring that Ondo State thrive as a beacon of good governance. We view the actions of the State Assembly as a disservice to the person and office of the governor, Rotimi Akeredolu, whom in his sound mind will not tolerate the actions of the Speaker of the State House of Assembly and his co-travelers. The impeachment threat is a mockery of the governor and, of course, even to the society at large. How will the governor feel at the moment managing his health and hearing of his deputy's impeachment threat? It is a plot to kill the governor faster, even than the alarmist himself. We want to caution politicians to desist from activities that may destabilize Nigerian democracy. We encourage them to always embed the tenets of democracies and observe the rule of law for the overall interest of the country. The other African countries are watching up, looking at us as a big brother. Whatever we do here, it's also a message for them to also copy. So we must live by a good example. We call on the Inspector General of Police, the Director General of State Security Service, and indeed the Nigerian judiciary to protect our democracy and ensure the stability as they always do. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, Africa's civil society remains resolute in our commitment to uphold justice, transparency, inclusive decision-making process that involve citizens' participation and the rule of law in Ondo State and even Nigeria as a whole. We invite all stakeholders to join hands in protecting democracies and promoting good governance as we strive to create a prosperous future for the people of Ondo State, for the people of Nigeria, and of course, Africa at large. Thank you very much for listening.